The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time is the most overrated game of all time.
Oh, hell no.
How did I match the sound effects, the roll, and the memes? I don't know. But I do know that that might have been one of the best skits I've ever done. Thanks, Mom, for recording. Oh my gosh. Alright, so there's not too much to analyze there, but in case you didn't get it, I started off by joking, Zelda's the most overrated game of all time. Oh, hell no! Oh. So you gotta mix the Burger King foot lettuce guy and the Vines guy. But regardless of the memes and, the skit, it's hard for me to deny that I appreciate Zelda. I like Zelda. I am a Zelda fan. I mean, look, my man Spencer even knew it. He sent me his Triforce. Despite that fact, and especially the fact that I love Ocarina of Time, right? This is my favorite game of all time. It's a game that I play every year without fail. It's one of the few games I have in my collection from when I was a child. I've never played it on the Gamecube before. And recently I got this collection on the Gamecube. It's called the Legend of Zelda Collector's Edition, which has several games, including the Ocarina of Time. And I was excited to play it. I played it in a 3-heart completion run, which was a challenge, but it was fun. I did it on a live stream. I want to give my thoughts on what Ocarina of Time is like as played on the GameCube, because I think it's special. It's interesting. It's worth talking about. It's not just talking about Ocarina of Time. This is a lot of people's favorite console right here. And I'm excited to offer my impressions on that experience. So to me, this was a very favorable experience. I really enjoyed it, and there's several reasons why I think that it's appealing playing Ocarina of Time on the GameCube. The first has to be that, not that there's like a graphic overhaul, I don't think it looks substantially better, but based on my memory alone, the last time I plugged my Nintendo 64 into an HD TV, every pixel looked jaggy. So you'll have like lines going down the screens and it looks kind of granular. You'll see grains in what the textures look like. It's not pretty. Playing this on the GameCube, I didn't notice any jaggies. The game doesn't look terrific. I'm not playing with an HDMI upscaler, granted, but I don't think the upscaler would do Ocarina of Time that many favors anyway. But it's sharp and it's pretty clean. It might not come across in the live stream itself, but overall it looks very presentable on the HD TV. And if you're playing on CRT, even better. The second reason that just about anyone who's a gamer will tell you they'd prefer to play this on the GameCube has to be the controller. So, the GameCube controller is widely loved and appreciated by many. That's why it's still in production for pretty much every Nintendo console since the GameCube. This is egalitarian at its finest. It holds well. It's got divots for your hand. I don't know the right phraseology there, but it just feels smooth holding it. Like, my hands feel right. And it's nice to have that symmetry between the action buttons and the analog stick, which you can't really say you have for the N64. This is a very awkward hold for a lot of people. Despite that fact, I still see reason to use the Nintendo 64 controller, and I'll explain that. I don't have like cold hard evidence for this, but I can tell you firsthand that I find the analog stick on here more responsive than that of the GameCube controller. So I'll just kind of do a close-up of this for you. If I want to aim manually with the bow or the slingshot, then I have the responsiveness that I need from the Nintendo 64 controller. So just kind of watch here. I'm going to push it as though I was moving slowly with the reticle. Now as if I was moving a little more than slowly, and then fully. It feels like I can stop where I need to with this analog control stick. With the GameCube's one, it's a little more sensitive than I need it to be. So this is me trying to push it slowly, and when I was live streaming this, I found it very difficult to aim and not over aim and move too far to the right or left. So again, I'll try and show you, but this feels like a mouse track ball in a way. I don't know the right... I don't know, you would think, right, that like you're playing an arcade game and you've got the trackball and it's like more responsive, but it also moves too fast. That's what the GameCube controller's analog stick feels like. Which is great for the adventure and for wandering around in the game, which is most of this game. But for those high intensity battles, it's not as precise as I would like it to be. But for most gamers and game players, I don't think that's going to be much of an issue. I think that there's still a lot to be said for enjoying the game with the GameCube controller. Personally, I would trade off the responsiveness from the 64 controller just for the ease of use with the GameCube controller. But I think there's benefits to using both. The last reason I'd say this is absolutely worth playing on the GameCube is that if you get this collector's edition, you get 3 other games and a demo with it. There's also some added content like artwork or something. I don't remember. There's like a teaser video that just shows Zelda throughout the ages up to this point. And you really get a lot of value. So even if you do think that Ocarina of Time is overrated, you've got Majora's Mask on there. And don't you come to me telling me that game's overrated. Not enough people talk about it. That's why I named my channel what it is. You've also got the NES game. So I mean, like, if you're one of those people that just hates the 64, at least you've got the NES games on there. This classic. Now, you know, people still have this conversation to this day about Ocarina of Time is overrated. People talk too highly about it. I think that that's slowed down over the years. People used to talk a lot more highly about it. It's kind of shown its age. I still appreciate the game, absolutely, and I'll go back and replay it every year. I don't care what people think. I don't care if they think it's overrated. It still means a lot to me. You can have whatever opinions you want on the game. That's fine. But I'm here to tell you that if you want to play this on the GameCube, this is really a great way to play it. And there are a lot of redeeming factors for it. So even if you've never played it and you still have that opinion like, oh, I don't enjoy Zelda games, I don't want to play that. Well, this gives you an opportunity to, once again, not play it. But if you were just so happening to maybe want to play it, you have one of the best ways possible. Especially because you can play it on a home TV. I know the 3DS version is great too, but not too many options allow you to go back and play it on the TV. And that's my thoughts on it. I really enjoyed playing this game again. You know, I said it, I play it every year, and you know, the story's cliche, I get it, but it's top of the line in terms of how it performs what it needs to. In a narrative scale, on a character scale, on a combat scale, on an adventure scale. And I would do it again on the GameCube, readily. It's amazing I've come all this way to have one Deku Nut left. Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Oh my god! Get off me! Get off me! Get off me! Holy shit! Old fucking man! Oh no! Oh no! I used my Deku Nut?
Oh hell no.